How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 3. I have no idea what Mion is even talking about. I think we just hopped into like another section of the game. I really don't remember the context. Damn it. I really set myself up for failure on this one. But yeah, so far so good with this chapter. I've honestly been digging it in terms of like how we're kind of getting closer to Sodoko. I think that shit is cute. I really dig it. I really do. No idea what sort of direction this will go into now, but guess we'll see while we're still here in the slice of life portion, because that will obviously come to an end at some point. Oh yeah, our parents are home. That's right.
栄養剤臭がプンプンして目は充血してて、どうも丸二晩徹夜で相当の修羅場だったらしい。大人は大変だ。
圭一君のお父さんって画家さんだったかな。画家さんも大変なんだね。そういえばそうでしたわね。一度どんな絵を描くか拝見したいものですわ。
Actually, same here. An artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job too. Just what did Dad do exactly? He didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. I wanted to sneak a peek one day.
結局家を開けたのは二晩
短い攻略期間だったね。
で、ケイちゃんは異中のキャラを攻略できたのかな。両親不在はギャルゲー主人公の基本だしね。
It really is. Such as myself.
好感度をいっぱい稼いでちゃんとフラグが立ちましたですよ。
Now hold your horses here, Rika. I have no idea what any of you are talking. Wait a minute, hold on a second. This is the 1980s. Is eroge a thing? Isn't eroge like specific to PC games, like visual novels and such? Or is that an actual like genre in manga or doujinshi? Because this is definitely like pre-PCs here. Hold on. I'm really confused here. Am I overthinking it? I think I'm overthinking it.
じゃあこれで圭一君ももう自炊しなくてもよくなっちゃったんだね。ゆうべは何を作ったのかな
Huh. In the end, I didn't make a single thing myself.
ゆうべはその野菜炒めを。
おお、ケイちゃんも少しは料理らしいものを作れるようになったじゃない。
ふーん、野菜炒めを作ったんだね。美味しくできたかなレナさん、暑苦しいですわよ。なんで私にベタベタくっつきますの。美味しいご飯に仲良くお皿を洗いっこなのです。はう、いいの暑苦しいと言ってますのよ。
え？何の話？
Miona, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes.
そうそう。みんなさ、今日の午後に予定はあるかい？
Well, we really got off that topic.
ないよね。あるわけないよね。
Today was Saturday, the beautiful day on which we're liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. And actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. There were a lot of students who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. Yeah, that sounds fantastic. Of course, you were free to go home as well. That's what I would do. I'd say fuck y'all and just go home, sleep. Then again, I'm always tired, and I'm also an adult, and also I did not attend a school in the middle of nowhere, and also I didn't attend a school or get raised in the 80s. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to the stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was.
お仕事ですか？ついてないのです。何の仕事でございましょうね。お父さんの画家の仕事のお手伝いとか。お父さんの絵のモデルになるとか？
Uh-oh.
モデル？ルード？
Hey, wait a minute. I looked into Rena's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose with a single rose in my mouth. Where is the rose coming from?
ないない。それだけは100万積まれても絶対にない。
To get rid of Rena's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side.
とまあ愉快な妄想は置いといてだ。とにかく俺にはちょっとお昼に仕事がある。それが終わってからの合流でいいなら OK だぞ。
お昼に仕事？おー、そりゃなんだかかっこよさげじゃない。なになに？ひょっとして各界の VIP との会食？ビジネスランチとか？
実に悲しいことだが正解だ。
Everyone shouts wildly, surprised. Yeah, wait, what's going on? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? I guess we'll find out. Damn, we fucking rushed on home. It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It would be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Yeah, probably. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch.
これは利発そうなお子さんで。
具足の圭一です。圭一、こちらは出版社の本田さんだ。そしてこちらは印刷会社の井上さん。ご挨拶しなさい。
どうも、息子の圭一です。父がいつもお世話になっております。
圭一くんもお父さんのように絵は描かれるのですか？圭一くんの絵もぜひ拝見したいな。
My dad had such a brazen occupation, that of an artist. Although I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care, and don't want to see anyway. I want to see. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything.
圭一くんもお父さんに指示してしっかり勉強すれば、きっとお父さんのような素晴らしい作家になれますからね。
ここだけの話ですけど、親父ってそんなにすごい画家なんですか？
I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders.
それはもう本当に素晴らしい作家さんなんですよ。
Well, that train of actions really concerned me.
そうですか。それは良かったです。
購入制限はないし、ファンサービスはするし、ファンレターには必ずお返事をくれるし、世間のニーズもちゃんと汲み取っていて研究熱心。
Is this guy a manga artist or something?
靴下は脱がしたら絶対に NG。それはメガネや制服だって同じなんですよ。そこを前原先生はよく理解している。イベントは参加ごとに必ず壁で大行列だし。
すみません。絵ってのは壁に飾るものじゃないんですか？
そんなことはない。それは誰もが島中から始めるんです。そして島角、大通りの島角と階段を登って、そして至る頂点が壁なんです。あなたもぜひ前原先生と合体で出展できるような大作家になってくださいね。応援していますよ。
It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't get it, but it seemed that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Yeah, I had no idea what that guy was even saying, to be honest. Then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room.
ケイチ、電話よ。お友達から。
A lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse. I scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there.
もしもし、俺。
もしもし俺
Ah, Sadako.
なんて挨拶はございませんですわよ、ケイチさん。もう少し言葉遣いをお勉強なさいませ。
I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking.
なんだ、さとこじゃねえか。お前が俺のところに電話してくるなんて珍しいな。
のんきなことを言ってる場合ではありませんのよ。それよりもケイチさん、あなたいつになったらこっちに来れますの？
悪い。こっちもなんだか長引いちゃってさ。なかなか解放してもらえないんだよ。俺も早く部活に加わりたいんだけどさ。
違いますですわよ、ケイチさん。今日は部活ではありませんわ。実践ですのよ。
Sadako's voice was different from normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone.
実践？なんだか穏やかな話じゃないな。どういう状況なんだ？
詳しくは会ってからの説明にいたしますわ。とにかく絶対的な危機なんですの。このままでは負けてしまうでございますわ。
What on earth was going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Yeah, that's the mentality to have right there, Keiichi.
わかった。すぐに火星に行くぜ。場所はどこだ？
沖宮小学校のグラウンドですわ。駅まで来れば看板があるからわかりますですわよ。とにかく大急ぎですの。
The school campus? The situation could have a lot of people involved. Could it have turned into an all-out brawl? Who was the enemy here anyway? Oh, I'm on fire.
わかった。すぐ行く。武器も持って行った方がいいか。金属バットでも持っていくか。
金属バットをお持ちですの？それは心強いですわよ。お待ち申し上げておりますですわ。
Wait. Why do we have a metal bat here in this chapter, but we didn't in chapter 1? The call cut off abruptly. I needed to hurry.
お、ケイイチ、探したんだぞ。こちらの出口さんがな、ぜひ次のコピーして。
Okay, yeah, I guess I was like right on the fucking dot with our father here.
そんなことより、バットないかな。金属バット。なければ、長物なら何でもいいや。
長ければ何でもいいなら、父さんのゴルフクラブが物置にあるぞ。
It didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat, maybe easier for me to use.
サンキュー。それ借りるよ。俺、ちょっと友達のところに行かなきゃならない用事ができちゃったんだ。ごめん。
ケイイチ、待ちなさい。
I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Sadako. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then, excuse me. I didn't actually know where Okonomiya Elementary was exactly, but Sadako's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs. At least I feel like that's what she said. And then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me.
こんにちは、なのですよ。
おう、リカちゃんか。
ケイイチ、早かったです。いっぱいいっぱい急いだですね。
Damn. This isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry.
すまん。沖宮小学校ってのはどこだ？
ご案内しますです。ついてくるですよ。
Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her.
急にさとこに呼び出されたんだが、一体どういうことになってるんだ？
はじめはこちらが優勢だったのです。ところが途中から向こうが助っ人を入れてきたのです。ズルなのです。
A helper? What cowards! Calling for reinforcements the minute they realized they'd lose.
みんなバッタバッタと打ち取られましたのです。歯が立たないのですよ。
Sounds like they were pretty strong.
とにかく詳しい話は後だ。時間がないんだろう。急いでくれ。
お任せなのです。
With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seemed that all the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn, so what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I had known that, I would have just ditched my family job. But it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand up to them.
部活メンバー総がかりで勝てない？一体そりゃどんな化け物なんだ？
すごいのです。敵は正統派なのですよ。
Orthodox. So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something. Is that what she meant? I feel like we're getting the complete wrong idea
頼
here.
みの綱なのですよ。
Okonomiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there.
ミオン、レナ、サトコ、今行くからな。俺がまとめてぶっ潰してやるぜ。
There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine there next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand, and I swung it. I felt the sensation of it sticking firmly to my palm. Great. The feedback wasn't bad. I'm going to go all out with this thing. I dashed to at a breakneck speed, to the school gate, swinging it around.
ついてこい、リカちゃん。男前原圭一のバンプ不当な大活躍を見せてやるぜ。
わあ、圭一がとても頼もしいのです。ゴルフクラブで大暴れなのです。
Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Maibara put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die.
でも圭一、どうして今日はゴルフクラブなのですか？
I knew it. I
仕方ない
knew
だろ
it.
俺も最初はバットの方がいいと思ったんだが、うちでバットなくってさ、素手よりははるかにマシだと思って、せめてゴルフクラブを持ってきたんだ。
Last time I checked, you don't bring a golf club to a baseball game.
圭一をなでなでしてあげますです。ゴルフクラブで大暴れが楽しみなのですよ。
Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head.
おい、ふざけてる場合かよ。え？
Aha. Just then an extremely loud metallic sound rang out and I heard many people cheering.
レフト、ああ、抜けた。回れ、二塁行けるぞ、二塁。
センター、落ち着いて。三塁へ送って。
The center fielder caught the ball and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched it wildly, it might get there. He gave up on second and threw it to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what?
あ、圭一くん来てくれたよ。さとこちゃん、さとこちゃん、圭一くん来てくれたよ。遅すぎですわ。油を売るのはガソリンスタンドだけで十分でございますのよ。
I like that.
その前原君って子は本当に助っ人になれるんですか？
Who the hell is this?
相手はあの強豪校のエース左腕の亀田君ですよ。甲子園クラスの投手を打ち崩せるなんて一体どんな助っ人なんです？
大丈夫です。圭一くんならきっと逆転させてくれますよ。本当に頼もしい人なんです。
Huh? What? He's the pinch hitter we brought in to take out left arm Kameda with his bullet fastball? The one who had one no-hit, no-run game after another during the regional qualifiers, the undefeated demon pitcher of Ueshima. The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts. He's going to win against him?
あんなヘナチョコピッチャーなんか圭一さんには目じゃないですのよ。あんな球楽勝でバックスクリーンを越してくださいますわ。
Haha. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey, as Scout stood up. Hey, take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Maibara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Oh shit.
どれが前原圭一だ？写真
A whole lot of sports journalists, led by Sadako, grip their cameras tightly and search for the rumored Keiichi Maibara. As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air.
ケイチさんこっちですわよ。
The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they had turned to stone. In the hands of the gallant pitch hitter Keiichi Maibara was a golf club. Well, yeah. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this. Well, Keiichi was understandably put under the wrong idea, but, you know, what's new? And at this point, neither did I. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Rena.
ケイチくん。
Yes, Rena.
おう。
一つ聞いてよろしいですの？
Of course, Sadako. Please don't. Psychic waves of my entreaty? Alright. Flowed out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted as Moses once parted the sea. Damn, but Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly.
野球の試合なら初めからそう言え。
Yeah, that would have helped. Just a little bit.
私言いませんでした？
Nope.
第一バット持ってグラウンドに来いって言ったら野球以外に何を思いつくわけですの？というか何をどう間違ったらゴルフクラブを持ってくるって発想になるわけでございますの？きっとね暗いムードになったチームを明るくして盛り上げようとしてケイチくんがわざとやってくれたんだと思うな。
Yeah, let's roll with that.
思うな。
Please. Rena smiled bitterly and covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you.
ケイチはゴルフが大好きなのですよ。なでなで。
Rika-chan started patting my head, a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind by her suspenders, and picked her up like a kitten.
リカちゃん、なんでさっき駅で会った時野球だって教えてくれなかったんだよ。そうすりゃ赤っ端を書かずに済んだのに。
ニッパー。
This tells me nothing. Rika-chan's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. She's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing coming.
というわけでこれはお仕置きだ。レナ。
Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand, I offered her to Rena. That's right. The kittenified Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge. Uh-oh.
もらったレナがもらったんだよ。かわいいよ。
Ha! Spinny. Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Oh god.
リカちゃんかわいい。
There's a lot more, cartoonish, well, I guess it's all cartoonish, but, I guess comic relief little graphics like this that have popped up in this chapter, I've noticed. I don't know if that's, like, just something new or something I just didn't realize before, I don't know. Rena held her tight as a vise and began to get her fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks rubbed together tightly. Rika-chan's face, it looked like it was being crushed by Rena's.
何があったかは存じませんけど、リカが自業自得のようですわね。
ああ、俺も最近ようやく リカちゃんがただ可愛いだけじゃないと悟ったぞ。
圭一君に許可をもらったんだよ。お持ち帰り。
Okay, when you say noises like that, it's gonna help her out. It's gonna make her feel even more inclined to. For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout. Isn't there like a baseball game going on?
緊急の呼び出しってのは野球ってことなのか？
ええ、そうですわ。ご家族でホームパーティーだったんですって。悪いことをしましたわね。でもこういう時は家族よりも仲間の危機の方が最優先と決まっていますのよ。
Oh, of course. Whenever my fucking family's in trouble, you know, if there's a baseball game going on with my friends, I know which one to choose. I felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out here.
それでその危機的状況というのはどんな具合なんだ？6対7ってことは負けてるのがうちのチームってことか。
It's not like we're insanely behind.
9回の裏で2アウト？
Okay, we're fucked.
なんだこの試合もうほとんど終わりかけてるじゃないかよ。
圭一さんがもっと早く来ればもう少し余裕がありましたのよ。ここまで引き延ばすのにどれだけ苦労したとお思いですの？
分かったよ悪かったよ。で俺の仕事はなんだ？ピンチヒッターでもやるのか？ならば任せろ。こう見えても俺引っ越す前は結構バッティングセンターに通ってたんだぞ。親父が憂さ晴らしに行く時よく付き合わされてさ、ミートバッティングだったらそこそこの自信が。
Uh-oh. A tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I've never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending out a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball.
ちょっと待ておい、今の凄まじい剛速球は一体なんだ？
驚いた？うん。あれ、本物の甲子園ピッチャーなんだよ。スポーツ新聞でも有名な高校野球のエース。
悪いけど知らん。で、ミヨン！お前、なんだよその格好は！
Miyun showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. What on earth happened?
途中から来た圭一君には最初から説明がいるよね。
お、なんだ？リカちゃんはもういいのか？
可愛いのいっぱい楽しいんだよ。ほよほよでやわやわでふにふに。はあ、ほっぺだけでご飯3杯はいける。
Well, that can be taken out of context.
もうお嫁に行けないのです。
Damn. I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. Why was there a star at the end of that sentence? It almost flipped my own delusion switch, but I put a stop to it using logic. I was an adult. Yeah? Are we?
じゃあ説明を頼む。何をどう間違えたらこんな草野球対決に甲子園ピッチャーのリリーフが登場するんだ。
Everyone exchanged glances. Then Rena spoke for all of them. Excuse me.
最初はね、普通の野球対決だったの。
Hinamizawaファイターズと沖宮タイタンズはささやかながらも因縁の対決でさ、今回もささやかに大盛り上がりしてたわけ。
まあ平たく言えば学校対決ですわね。Hinamizawaと沖宮の学校の因縁試合なんですの。
Didn't really know there was a grudge there, but
因
okay.
縁って言ってもまあ和気あいあいとしたものなんだけどね。
Ah, okay.
で、それになんでうちの部活メンバーが参加してるんだ？ユニフォームを着てるやつもいれば私服のやつもいるし、そもそも俺たちって野球部ってわけじゃないだろう。
つまり、割といい加減なの。
今日たまたまチームに欠員が出たって言うんでさ、それじゃあせっかくだからって言って急遽私たちが乱入することになったってわけよ。
I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, and no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school.
リカちゃんに聞いた話だと最初のうちは押しまくってたらしいじゃないか。
ミーはすごいバッターなのですよ。右へ左へホームランなのです。
Mion proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically.
ええ、ミオンさんが登場するたびに走者一掃の大ホームランが飛び出すんですの。サトコと違ってちゃんとバットにボールが当たるのですよ。リカミー。
まあなんとなく話は分かった。あの甲子園ピッチャーが登場するまでは楽勝ムードだったというわけだ。
そういうこと。序盤は完全にうちのチームの流れでね、点にはならないまでもガンガン出塁して攻めまくってたんだけどね。
たまたまね、今日の試合にあの亀田くんが見物に来てたの。
Apparently, Kameda attends a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshin. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
亀田は小さい頃沖宮タイタンズにいたことがあるのだそうです。
話は見えてきたでしょ。昔のチームが劣勢になって、つまりそれで飛び入りでリリーフ登板することになって、もうバッタよ。出塁はおろかファールも打てないありさまなわけ。
でも甲子園ピッチャーの乱入なんて草野球の試合でずるいですわよ。
All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa fighters uniforms were hanging their heads in disappointment. Excuse me. I knew almost all their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa, after all.
お、富田君に岡村君じゃないか。君たちも野球チームだったのか。
前原さん。
His uniform was brand new, and not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see, their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
岡村のバットは今日のためにお父さんがプレゼントしてくれたそうなのですよ。
The brand new bat sparkled. With that kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
いっぱい今日のために素振りとかしてきましたのよ。富田さんなんかやりすぎて手の皮が抜けちゃって、ほら気の毒に。
His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury, you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. The savior of the Okonomiya Titans, we could hear the sounds of this Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice, excuse me. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass-locked game. Grudge match though it may have been, excuse me. He should have understood how much better he was too.
あいつ、こいつら相手にも本気で投げやがったのか。
うん。レナはこんなの大人げないと思う。
Rena's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Rena mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mitt. I turned around and this left-arm Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly.
というわけよ。こうなったらやるしかないでしょ。実戦態勢で。
ああ、どうやら本気で行くしかないな。
でね、本気で行ってみたの。
Uh-oh.
それでみーちゃんが大自爆して。
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, and then a moment later doubled over in pain.
自爆って一体何をどう自爆したらこんなに大怪我できるんだ？
説明するととてつもなく長いですわね。一つ言えるのは ここまでして戦果なしということぐらいですわね。
ここまで体を張ったのに1点も入れられないなんて。
せっかくの秘策も台無しで、かわいそなのです。
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt.
でもまあ失敗したおかげでまだ野球でいられるんだろ。
ちょっとみーちゃんの奥の手は野球らしくなかったと思うかな。こうなっては仕方ないでございましょう。ここは正々堂々野球らしく決着をつけるしかないということですわ。
そうそう、野球らしく蹴りをつけないとね。
I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack, but as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily.
野球らしくってのが引っかかるぞ。野球らしく見えれば手段は問わないってことだろ。
私たちの部の新庄だしね。そういうことですわね。手段を選ばないことこそ我が部の美徳でございましたよ。
Rena and Sotoko laughed to each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
でもカメラがずらーりといるからなかなかズルはできないのです。
Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough.
そうそう、それがネックだったんだよ。これだけの囚人監視があるとなかなか大胆な手が取れないし。いててててて
Oh,
て。
my bad.
みーちゃんの手は決しておしとやかだとは思わなかったけどな。
Sotoko and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rena.
じゃあここで本題に戻るぞ。
Yes, let us get down to business in the next episode. Now I will open this menu and save the game here. Time to get this episode going. I have been super busy these past couple of days, so much so that these have been really short sessions. 2 sessions to make 1 episode. It is what it is. But thank you guys for your patience and for watching these episodes. If you enjoyed this one, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, can't speak. And I'll see you in the next one, where we'll see how this baseball game ends up. See you guys then. Take it easy.